Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. Today we're going to be doing a quick but effective workout for our glutes and our legs. I'm going to be using some weights and a band, but if you don't have any at home, don't worry about it. Feel free to follow along because you will still get something out of it. I am going to also include a short warm-up and a cool down in this practice. So let's go ahead and just get started with our warm-up. We're going to start on our backs. So just go ahead and lie on back. Once you get there, I want you to go ahead and just bring your knees into the chest and just an easy rock from side to side. Pausing at center, go ahead and extend that right leg as you draw that right knee in towards the shoulder. And then you're going to go ahead and just rotate the ankle in one direction and then the other. Good, we're going to go ahead and switch. So bring that right knee in, extend the left leg, drawing that right knee up towards the shoulder, and just begin to rotate that ankle one direction and then the other. Good. We're going to go ahead and plant both feet down on the ground. Draw the heels a little bit closer towards you. I want you to press that low back down into the ground. Now, as you inhale, I want you to reach the arms up overhead and lift the hips up. And then exhale, slowly lower it back down. So we'll just do that a couple more times. Inhale, gently lifting up. Exhale and lower. Good, one more time, lifting up, holding here. And maybe bring your arms into cactus arms if that feels okay. Keeping the hips lifted, keep the neck nice and long, breathing here. Good. And then slowly go ahead and lower everything all the way down to the ground. Good. All right, so if you do have a band at home, I want you to go ahead and take the band and bring it up over the thighs, right? Just over the knees. And once again, we're going to go ahead and have the feet a little bit closer towards you, hip distance, press the low back down into the ground, and we're just going to begin to lift and lower, right? So you're just lifting those hips and then lowering down. Good. All right, so just getting those glutes warmed up here. Good. Squeezing as you lift up. Good. And you have 5 more. Good. And 3. And 2. Good. And last one. Now, I want you to go ahead and come up high onto the toes, and you're going to lift those hips up. Now, I want you to begin to pulse out on that band. So you're getting some good tension on that band, right? Nice, slow and controlled movements here. You're high on the toes. You're pressing on that band. You should start to feel this pretty quickly. And just make sure that that neck is nice and long and the chin is not up towards the sky. You have your hands down on the ground for some support here. Good, let's have 3 more. And 2, and 1. Good, go ahead and lower those heels down. You can just begin to lower the hips all the way down to the ground. Now let's go ahead and send those legs up to the sky. You're going to keep the band right where it is, and I want you to go ahead and just point and flex the feet here. Right, so your legs are stacked right up over the hips, right, and you're really pushing through those heels, right, just stretching out the back of the legs here. Good, and just 2 more. And last one. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the hands behind the head. You can take a bend in the knees, and I want you to just go ahead and lift the torso and lower. So you might as well just get some abs here too, right? So you're just lifting and lowering. Good. Lift and lower. Now I want you to go ahead and open up those knees as you lift and then lower back down, right? So you're just getting that tension on that band once again. Just lift and lower. Good. Breathing. Try to keep those elbows out to the side. Just lifting and lowering here. Pushing out on that band. Lifting the chin up towards the sky. Good. 5 like this. And 4. And 3, and 2, Good, and last one. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and keep the legs right where they are. We're going to go ahead and come into a twist. So your right elbow is going to go up to the outside of the left leg. As it does, I want you to go ahead and extend that right leg and draw the left knee in, right? Slowly come back to center, and we'll do the other side. So you're just pulling one leg in, coming into a twist, and then extending the opposite leg. You're holding for a brief moment, and you're going to the other side, right? Pausing at center. Good. Nice, slow, controlled movements here. And just extending that leg, pulling on the band. Good. Let's have one more on each side. Good. And then just go ahead and lower it down. You can pull those knees into the chest, and again, just an easy rock from side to side. Good. And then just pausing at center. Good. Let's go ahead and plant those feet down to the ground. Again, drawing the heels a little bit closer towards you. Press that low back down into the ground. Begin to lift the hips up. We're going to go ahead and keep that left foot down on the ground and go ahead and extend that right leg. Now, your hands, you can move them a little bit farther away from you just so you have a little bit of support here. Flex that right foot, and you're going to open it up out to the side. Open that leg out to the side and then back to center again. So again, you're still getting that good tension on that band, right? Trying to keep the core nice and still. Stay nice and steady here. Just seeing if you can just get that leg to move. Good. And you have 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Good. Now bring that leg up to the sky, point the toes. Good. Now I want you to go ahead and lower the leg as you lower the hips down, and then lift it back up as you lift the hips, right? So you just lower and lift, lower and lift. Good. So try to keep that leg nice and engaged. It's nice and straight, and just lifting and lowering. Certainly if you need a bend in the leg, go ahead and take it. Remember, this is your practice. Good. 3 like this. And 2. And 1. Good. Go ahead and lower it all the way down. All right. So let's just go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. Easy rock here before we go to the other side, right? So just pausing. Good. And now let's go ahead and plant the feet down. We'll do the other side. So again, heels drawn in, press the lower back, lift those hips when you're ready. Pressure is in that right foot. Extend that left leg, flex that foot, arms go out to the side, pressing the hands into the ground, just opening the leg out to the side. Good. So again, good pressure on that band. You have your foot nice and flexed. The toes are pulling back towards you. You're keeping both shoulders down on the ground. You're trying to keep the core nice and engaged here. Using the hands for support. Good. 5 more. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Now go ahead and extend that leg up to the sky. Point the toes. Now as you lower, you're going to go ahead and just tap the hips to the ground. Lift it back up. Good. So you're not really resting there. Just tapping and then lift it up. Good. Just a gentle tap and lift. Good. Leg is nice and straight. Thighs engaged. Good. And still having that tension on that band. Good. Let's have 3 more. And 2. And last one. Good job. All right, so let's go ahead and we can keep the band right where it is. You're going to just roll over onto the side of the body. I don't care which one because we're going to be doing both sides. Now, your choice. You can either be up on the elbow. I like to come down onto my side here, but certainly do what works best for you. We're going to have that band right where it was. You're going to go ahead and just come up onto the toes, and then I want you to just keep the heels to touch, right? We're just going to begin to open and close the legs here, right? So it's that clamshell movement, right? Trying not to roll back as we lift that top leg, right? So you have that top hand down on the ground for some support. Trying to keep the body nice and still, supporting your head however you need to, and just lifting and lowering here. And you should start to feel that pretty quickly. All right, 3 more. And 2. Good, and last 1. Now, go ahead and just have that one leg stacked on top of the bottom leg. And you're going to go ahead and just lift the top leg up and lower, right? So it's the same thing, but we don't have our heels touching anymore. So just lifting up and lower. Lift and lower. Good. You should definitely be feeling this. Good. 5 more. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last 1. Good job. All right. So we're not done with this side just yet. I want you to go ahead and bring the knees up so now that they're in line with the short edge of the mat. You're going to go ahead and extend that top leg out. You're going to begin to lift it up. And now I want you to begin to kick that foot up towards the head here, right? So you should really start to feel that immediately. And again, try not to roll over onto the back. Try to keep that body nice and still here. Good. And you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, so let's go ahead and just slide that band down over the ankles. And you're going to take that top knee and you can place it down on the ground. And you're going to go ahead and pull back so you have some tension on that band. And you're just lifting that bottom leg, right? So top knee down to the ground, bottom leg is lifting. Good. Just lift and lower here, right? So again, you're pulling back so you have some tension, and then you're lifting and lowering at that point. The foot is nice and flexed. Good. And you should feel that. Breathing into it. Use your breath. Good. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. All right, so we are going to go ahead and just do the other side. So you're going to slide that band back up over the knees. I'm going to flip my side so I can face you. And we'll do the same thing on this side, all right? So you know where we're going. We're going to have our toes down on the ground. You're going to separate those heels, and we're just going to begin to open and close here. So again, you have that front hand down on the ground for some support here. You're supporting your head however you need to. Maybe it's different on this side. Good. And you're just opening up so that you have that good tension on the band. And for those of you who do not have the prop at home, don't worry about it. I'm sure you're getting something out of this. Good. And we have 5 like this, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Now, both top leg is on top of the bottom, and we're just lifting and lowering, right? Good. And again, just really trying to get that tension on that band, right? So lifting up to that highest point that you can do. Good. And maybe it feels different on this side, right? Maybe this is the weaker side. Maybe it's the stronger side. It is what it is. We do both sides. Try to keep them even. Good. 3 more. And 2. And last 1. Good. So once again, we're going to go ahead and have those top part of the leg in line with the short edge of the mat. You're going to go ahead and take that top leg, extend it out nice and long. You're going to lift it up, and now I want you to begin to pulse the toes moving up towards the head. Again, try not to roll onto your back. Try to keep the body nice and still here. Good. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, so once again, let's get those inner thighs. We're going to go ahead and bring that band around the ankle. Top knee goes down to the ground in front, and you're going to go ahead and pull back on that band with that bottom leg and just begin to lift and lower here. So you have some good tension on that band. You pull back, and then at that farthest point, that's when you are lifting and lowering. Good. We will be done with the band after this, and we'll move on to using the weights. Good, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, so you can go ahead and push yourself up. You can place that band off to the side. We are finished with it. And then I want you to go ahead and come onto all fours. We're going to go ahead and take the weight, and you're going to bring it behind the back of one leg. I don't care which one, all right? Whichever one you choose, because we will do both sides, all right? Then you're going to go ahead and lower down onto the forearm. Good. Now, I want you to point the toes, and you're going to go ahead and squeeze the heel towards your bottom, and then you're just going to begin to lift and lower the knee here. Now, as you have your forearms down onto the ground, I don't want you to just drop into it. I want you to make sure you keep that upper back puffed up. Your hands are pressing down into the ground just to take a little pressure off of the elbows. And you keep the gaze just between the arms, right, as opposed to dropping the head down. Just keep that spine, keep that neck nice and long. Good, just lifting and lowering. Good. Good, 5 like this. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold it up there. Now just a tiny pulse. All right. So make sure you're still squeezing that weight. All right. You're pulling that heel in towards your bottom. Good. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Go ahead and lower it down. Now, the same side that you have the weight on, I want you to go ahead and plant that hand down onto the ground. So you have one forearm and one hand down onto the ground. You're going to begin to lift that weight leg out to the side and lower. All right, so make sure you're still squeezing in on that weight. And just opening that leg out to the side any amount. And just lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. We are almost done. Good. You have 3 and 2 and last one. Awesome job. All right, we are going to go ahead and switch sides. So go ahead and place that weight behind the back of the knee. Forearms go down. Point the toes. Draw that heel towards your bottom, and then just begin to lift the knee up and lower. Good. So just lift and lower. So same thing here. I want you to have your fingers spread nice and wide. You're pressing down into the hands so you could take a little bit of pressure off of those elbows. Puffing up that upper back, keeping the neck long, not dropping that chin to the chest. Good. And lift and lower. Breathing. And you have 3 more. And 2. And last one. Good job. Keep it lifted, tiny pulse here, right? So make sure you're still squeezing that weight, drawing that heel towards your bottom. Good. And you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and lower it down. Now, same side that you have that weight, you're planting that hand down onto the ground. And same thing. We'll just lift that leg out to the side and lower. So just lift, lower, lift, and lower. And again, not dropping the chin. Keeping the neck as long as you can here. And breathe. Good. We are almost finished. We have 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. All right. We can go ahead and place those weights off to the side. We have made it to our cool down. So I want you to go ahead and take the leg that you just worked on. Go ahead and extend it out nice and long, right? I want you to push through that heel so you just feel a stretch in the back of the leg. Good. You're going to pick that leg up and draw it over across the other side. Bring your gaze off the shoulder so you're gazing back towards that foot. Good. Come on back to center. We'll do the other leg. So go ahead and stretch it out long. Toes are curled under. You're pushing through the heel, just feeling length in the back of the leg there. Shoulders out of the ears. And then pick it up. Draw it across the body, across the other leg. And then bring your gaze off the shoulder so you can bring your gaze back towards that foot. Good. And then just go ahead and come on back to center. I want you to go ahead and come down to a seat. We're going to go ahead and stretch the legs out in front of us. And you're going to go ahead and take your left ankle and cross it over the right knee. You're going to bring your hands behind you. Now, I don't care which way they go, right? Whatever is most comfortable for you. And then you're going to go ahead and plant that left foot down on the ground. Now, I want your spine to stay nice and long. I don't want you to round here, right? So sitting up nice and tall, you're either going to go ahead and pick your bottom up and scoot it towards your foot, or you're going to bring that foot in towards your bottom, right? But the whole time, I want you to keep that right foot nice and flexed, and I want you to go ahead and not collapse into the back. So if you find that you're collapsing, I think you've gone too far, right? So you're keeping that right knee out to the side, just breathing into the tightness in that right hip, that right glute, just stretching it out. Bring the heart rate down. Good, one more breath. Good, and now slowly just begin to come out of that. So stretching out that leg, you can go ahead and uncross, maybe make some moves that feel good, and then take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee, hands behind you, and then go ahead and just get into the position that's going to work for you on this side, right? So again, either lifting the hips, bringing them towards the foot, or bringing the foot a little bit closer. And just checking in, making sure that that left foot is nice and flexed and that the spine is not collapsed. Keep it nice and long. Maybe you close your eyes and take a few cleansing breaths here. And just letting your glutes and your hips get a nice stretch here. And breathing. Good, one more breath. Good, and then you can go ahead and stretch both legs out nice and long, and again, maybe just tap out those knees. And then on the inhale, go ahead and sweep those arms up to the sky, and on the exhale, just begin to hinge forward, right? Grabbing onto wherever you can, right? So maybe it's just grabbing onto the calves, and then tuck the chin and round over. Feel free to grab onto the feet or the toes, whatever works best for you here, just breathing into that low back. Certainly you can have a soft bend in those knees just to take some pressure off of that low back. So make sure you're doing what you need for your body today. Good, and then slowly begin to roll on up. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out wide. Go ahead and draw the heels a little bit closer towards you. And then go ahead and just let the outer edges of the feet touch. So you're opening up your feet like they are a good book. Now, inhale, nice and long here, nice long spine. And then exhale, I want you to think about dropping the chest towards the feet. So you may not go very far. All right, keep the neck long. Don't tuck in round here. And just getting that nice good stretch. Again, in the hips, also in the inner thighs. And one more breath. And then slowly begin to rise up. You can go ahead and bring those knees back together again. All right, you have made it. We have finished our quick and effective glutes and leg workouts. Let me know if you like this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel.